Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? A heinous Oscar bait turd bomb. Hello, I'm Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. So, The Rock tried to make an Oscar movie, and, well, audiences said,
I don't care.
This weekend, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's The Smashing Machine hit theaters, and it hit the mat hard. Like, head first, no recovery, ref calling the match kinda hard. The movie pulled in a whopping $6 million. That's not a typo. $6 million.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
For context, that's less than Faster, that action movie that you forgot existed from 2010. And that's also less than Taylor Swift made just for throwing a listening party. Not a concert, mind you, not a documentary, just a glorified album preview. She made $46 million doing that. Meanwhile, The Rock's serious actor era ended faster than a Fast and the Furious cameo. This was supposed to be Dwayne Johnson's big dramatic transformation. You know, like when Adam Sandler did Uncut Gems or when Jim Carrey did The Truman Show. Except those worked. This one didn't. He spent $50 million of somebody else's money making a movie about addiction and pain and fighting, and audiences gave it a B- cinema score, which is basically the polite version of, well, we didn't hate it, but we didn't like it either.
And money.
Critics said he gave his all. Audiences said, cool, now where's Moana 3?
There's nothing sacred. Now wait a
So what do you think? Did The Rock overestimate how much people actually want to see him act serious? Or is this A24's fault for thinking that The Rock could be the next Daniel Day-Lewis? Find out today on Tooney Town TV. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's The Smashing Machine flops hard. A24's $50 million gamble knocked out by Taylor Swift at the box office. All right, guys, this is such a fun story because nothing makes me happier than The Rock falling on his stupid face. Because he has just become so obnoxious, so out of touch with reality. And so, I mean, if the wrestling world has shown us anything, he has become so averse to any and all criticism of himself. You know, like, oh, shut up and let The Rock take you for a ride. I don't think that's in gimmick. I think that is literally him. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson's long-promised dramatic reinvention just blew up in his face. And this is funny, guys. The Rock really thought that he was going to be able to transition to become an Oscar bait actor, which is absolutely hysterical to me. I cannot believe that The Rock legitimately thought that he was going to be able to go out there and become an Oscar-worthy actor. It's utterly ridiculous to me. So after years of trying to be taken seriously as an actor, his new A24 drama, The Smashing Machine, debuted with just $6 million at the box office for the worst opening of his career. Now, in the film's trailer, The Rock proclaims winning is the best feeling there is, and I'm sure he has fond memories of the sensation, but this weekend, Johnson tasted nothing but bitter defeat and box office humiliation, and there he's crying in the movie, and probably crying in his opulent mansion. So according to Variety, the R-rated sports drama cratered in third place. Now, it was their words, not mine. When Variety is saying that your movie cratered, Variety, who will run interference for every celebrity known to man, you know you done messed up. Despite opening in over 3,300 theaters, it comes in below projections of $8 to $15 million and marks a new low for Johnson, even below his 2010 thriller Faster, which opened to $8.5 million unadjusted for inflation. Adjusted for inflation, that's going to be way more than $8.5 million. So The Rock really done messed up here. I think, honestly, guys, The Rock has no idea what people actually want from him. Guys, all anyone ever wanted was the jabroni beaten, pie eaten, eyebrow raisin, who, you know, you smell what The Rock is cooking version of The Rock in movies. That's what was the draw of you idiot. And you decided that you wanted to go out and be a real actor. Like you wanted to go out there and be Sidney Poitier.
Fools! Idiots! Imbeciles!
Like, come on, man. You were never going to be able to make that leap. And meanwhile, by the way, he's a terrible actor.
He's awful. Now, critics are trying to say, like, oh, he reinvents himself in this movie. Well, that's great. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to see it, did it actually make a sound? At the end of the day, look, you guys know me. I hate Peacemaker. I can't stand Peacemaker, but I like John Cena. And even though I hated this week's Peacemaker, John Cena brought it as an actor. Like, he absolutely owned the role this week, and he had some of the best dramatic reads of his entire career. Meanwhile, this idiot can't muster up $7 million at the box office. This guy was once box office gold. He was the can't miss action star. And now with this and with Black Adam, you got to think that The Rock's movie career is starting to stagnate and maybe fall off the cliff. Now, guys, before we get into what I think the repercussions of this are going to be for businesses that go beyond Hollywood, we're going to be crossing the streams here a little bit in a minute, but let me just continue on. For A24, this is a disaster. The studio reportedly spent $50 million producing this movie and many millions more on promotional efforts that included major festival premieres in Venice and Toronto. You got a 15-minute standing ovation. And The Rock was like, "Oh, The Rock got a 15-minute standing ovation. The Rock is so moved by all of this," boo, as he cried. Meanwhile, guys, you could the let's go out to the lobby and get ourselves a snack video at these film festivals. Get the 15-minute standing ovation. Everything gets a 15-minute standing ovation, especially something that's where the celebrity is actually there to screen it. With marketing and distribution costs added, the Smashing Machine will likely need at least $150 million to break even worldwide, and that's nearly impossible given its opening numbers. So, Johnson stars as Mark Kerr, real-life UFC champion, struggling with addiction and a fading career. The film co-stars Emily Blunt as Kerr's girlfriend, and was directed by Benny Safdie, known for Uncut Gems and Good Time. Critics were moderately positive. The film holds a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes, but audiences were not impressed, giving it a B- cinema score. In other words, word of mouth is DOA on this. So even Variety's box office analyst David Gross put it bluntly, Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt are strong leads who have elevated bigger pictures. It's not happening here. American wrestling is a local phenomenon, and that will limit it abroad. They keep talking about it with wrestling. Now, I haven't seen the movie yet. Is there a lot of wrestling in this? Because, I mean, I'm assuming maybe amateur catch-as-catch-can, collegiate wrestling, not like pro wrestling. I saw one review trying to be like, "Oh, The Rock's pro wrestling movie." I'm like, this is not a pro wrestling movie. This is a mixed martial arts movie. But I'm like, you're a reviewer. Did you watch this? So this isn't just one bad weekend. It's part of a trend. Johnson's previous attempt at a passion project, Black Adam, also flopped after his public clash with Warner Brothers leadership. Now, we all remember that, guys. The Rock attempted to take over the DC universe, and Warner Brothers layeth down on him into the dirt. And cast him out of Eden, essentially. And we all saw how he, made his comeback to WWE after that because he had to repair his bruised ego. Once considered one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, The Rock's reputation for box office dominance is fading fast. Audiences clearly are not interested in seeing him abandon the action-heavy blockbusters that made him famous. Instead of delivering the inspirational, adrenaline-pumping, big-hearted entertainment people expect, The Smashing Machine offered a dark, depressing portrayal of addiction and self-destruction. So to many, it seemed as though The Rock was trying his hand at being a dramatic actor and wading into the waters of Oscar bait. It's a massive risk that simply did not pay off. Now, he was beaten by a listening party. To add insult to injury, Johnson wasn't just beaten, he was obliterated by Taylor Swift, whose surprise theatrical event, the official release party of a showgirl, earned $33 million domestically and $46 million worldwide in the same weekend. Now, Swift's film wasn't even a movie. It was an 89-minute listening party featuring one music video and behind-the-scenes footage, yet it tripled Johnson's numbers with almost no marketing beyond her social media.
Ha! Gay!
The contrast could not be clearer. Taylor Swift can fill theaters with a glorified album preview, while Dwayne Johnson, once Hollywood's highest-paid action hero, can't get audiences to show up for his most serious role ever.
Shame. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you.
Now, the verdict here is A24 bet big on prestige. The Rock bet big on a career transformation, and both of them lost big. The Smashing Machine is more than just box office disappointment. It is a defining moment where Dwayne Johnson's unstoppable career hit a very real wall. So, yeah, The Rock got smashed by Taylor Swift, and there he is laying on the mat, counting the lights. Now, my thing is, after Black Adam bombed, we got Final Boss Rock, where he came back to WWE and just owned all of the storylines, ran roughshod, put himself in the main event of WrestleMania. I mean, he was everywhere after that. So the one person that I feel really bad for with this movie bombing is not The Rock. It's WWE champion Cody Rhodes, because when The Rock gets his ego bruised, he comes back to WWE and involves himself overwhelmingly in Cody Rhodes' business. So poor Cody. If this man does not get an Oscar nomination for this role, which if there is a God in heaven, he won't. But if he does not get an Oscar nomination, Cody Rhodes is going to be ridden around like a bull at the rodeo every single week on WWE TV for at least a year.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Because we have to placate The Rock's ego. We have to, no matter whether anyone wants to see him or not, we have to go out there and we have to play The Rock's game over and over and over again because he's The Rock. So for Cody Rhodes' sake, I hope he at least gets a nomination. Otherwise, man, we are in for a long, long year on the road to WrestleMania. So what do you guys think? Are you surprised that The Rock is an Oscar bait actor did not hit the mark? Sound off in the comments below and let me know.
Maybe this isn't just about one movie. Maybe it's about what happens when Hollywood starts believing its own hype. For 2 decades, The Rock built a brand on being larger than life, the good guy who could save the day, the box office machine that never broke down. But when the spotlight finally dimmed and he tried to do something smaller, something human, the audience just wasn't there. And maybe that's the lesson. Charisma isn't the same thing as connection. You can build an empire on catchphrases and muscles, but when you take all that away, you find out what people really came for. Now, The Smashing Machine wasn't just a movie title, it was a prophecy, because this weekend it smashed any lingering myth that The Rock could be a serious Oscar contender. Maybe now the man who once told us to know your role finally has to learn his. Thanks for joining us today, and a special thanks goes out to our Tooney Town TV channel members. You guys are the heart and soul of this channel, and for that, we thank you with exclusive content like Crime and Punishment, our true crime podcast hosted by myself and Trish, and our members-only live stream on Mondays at 3 p.m. EST. So if you are not a member of the Tooney Town TV channel, join today. Oh, and make sure you're joining us Thursday nights live at 8 p.m. EST for Tooney Talk TV, our live stream pop culture podcast where you can interact with me directly and make your voices heard as a part of the Tooney Town community. If you liked what you saw here today, please like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop from all of us here at the Tooney Town channels. I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!